So let's just do whatever we did in this BP third person pawn inside this BP third person character. Just remember, this is a pawn class and this is a character class, and you can see it by name, right? So remember, this is a pawn class and this is a character. So in pawn class, what we add a static mesh, we call it character, and inside that static mesh we create a camera. So let's just do the same in here. And in here you can see we have our character class that we just create, and we have a capsule component, and in child of this capsule component there is arrow component and there is a mesh component, and this mesh is a skeletal mesh, not a static mesh. I didn't talk about the skeletal mesh, but I will talk about it. Don't worry about it. It's just like a static mesh, but it has some animation to it, and I will show you how you can work with. And it has a character movement that we did talk about that give us functionality of walking, running, swimming, and all of that. No, I want to do exactly the same in here, character and camera. So in here I click in this capsule component because I want to create this static mesh in child of this capsule component. So let's just go to add, and in here you can see we have the option for a static mesh, right? Click on it and it will create this static mesh. I don't want to change its name, but let's just leave it as it is. And this static mesh, we can click on it and go to details panel and choose a static mesh for it. And like we did it for the pawn, I want to use the chair again in here as well, and you can see the chair, right? So let's just bring it down a little bit. So exactly the same. Let's just create a camera again in the child of this static mesh like we did it in here. This is a static mesh. Just notice the icon. This icon is used for a static mesh and this icon is for camera. So we have a static mesh, and in child of that there is a camera. Let's just do the same in here. Click on a static mesh, and after that go to add and go here, and we have camera as well, right? And it's created as child of this static mesh. I don't want to change the name. Let's just leave it as that, but I want to click on the camera and bring it out a little bit to be exactly the same as we did in the pawn class. Okay, so let's just put it like this, a little bit back, and now if we compile and run, you can see this is exactly the same. You remember I did change the default pawn class to the character. Right now it is using the character class, not pawn class. It's using a character class. As a matter of fact, we can just copy and paste all of these codes, but this time if we go to event graph, we have a lot of functionality from this character class that is called character movement, and let me show one of them. Let's just search for add movement input, right? And with this add movement input, it need us to give it a word direction. So the direction, we can just use the camera, get the forward vector of the camera, forward vector of our camera, and it will give us a direction, right? We can connect it to here, need the execution pin to execute it, and we can use a forward backward axis event that we created in last video and connect it to here. Of course we can just connect the axis value to here so it can go forward and backward. So with that, if we compile and run, we can go forward, we can go backward, right? So we did everything with just these 1 2 3 4 nodes, right? It's easy, right? So in here what we have done is all of these. We get the forward in the pawn class. You remember in the pawn class we have to get the forward vector and get the word location of our character. After that we should multiply it by the forward vector with the axis value, and after that add it to the position of our character, and after that set the location of our character, update the location of our character. But in here we can just get the forward vector of our character, and with the add movement input we did create forward and backward movement very easy, right? So in the next video I will show you how you can jump or you can go right, left. It's easy to do it in the character class.